My father-in-law didn't just slap the table that afternoon. He slapped me. Hard enough that the sound silenced 32 guests. Hard enough that my plate shattered on the marble floor. Hard enough that for a split second, I forgot I was pregnant. 7 weeks pregnant, with a baby he didn't even know existed. The baby shower was supposed to be for my sister-in-law. I went because family shows up, even when family doesn't show up for you. I should have trusted my instincts when my mother-in-law greeted me with that tight smile, the one that never reached her eyes. For 3 years, I had been the outsider. Not because I was cruel, not because I was lazy, but because I was independent. I encouraged their son, my husband, to move out of their guest house, to stop letting his father control his finances, to stop reporting every decision like he was still 17. That was my crime. The control was never about love. When we bought our first home, my father-in-law gifted us $38,500 for the down payment. It was documented, signed, filed as a tax-free gift. He even said, "This is to help you start your future." But what he meant was, "This keeps you tied to me." Every disagreement after that came with the same sentence, "Remember who helped you buy that house." It wasn't generosity. It was a leash. And the moment I got pregnant, without asking for their permission, everything escalated. The slap. At the baby shower, someone made a harmless joke about how I'd be next to host one. My father-in-law muttered loudly, "She better learn how to respect elders before raising a child." I calmly replied, "Respect goes both ways." That's when it happened. He stepped forward, his face red, and his hand connected with my cheek. Gasps filled the room. My husband froze. That hurt more than the slap. For 3 seconds, he just stood there, conditioned by 30 years of obedience. Then my best friend dropped her phone, because she had been recording 41 seconds, from the insult to the escalation to the slap. Clear audio. Clear video. He didn't know. The aftermath. Instead of apologizing, my mother-in-law said, "Let's not ruin the party over a misunderstanding." A misunderstanding. I tasted blood. And in that moment, something inside me changed. Not rage. Clarity. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I picked up my purse and walked out. My husband followed me to the car. "I'll talk to him," he kept saying, but I wasn't interested in talks anymore. I was interested in patterns, because this wasn't the first time he had shoved someone. It wasn't the first time he'd used intimidation. It was just the first time someone had proof. The secret he didn't know. 3 weeks earlier, after another financial threat, I had met with an attorney. Not to sue, to understand my rights. That gift? Legally irreversible. The threats to demand it back? Harassment. The repeated pressure to isolate me from my own family? Emotional coercion. And now? Assault. I didn't want revenge. I wanted safety. For me. For my baby. The hardest conversation of my life. That night I told my husband I was pregnant. He broke down, and then I told him something harder. Our child will not grow up thinking this behavior is normal. He defended his father at first. He didn't mean it. He lost control. That's just how he is. I looked at him and said softly, "And if one day he loses control near our baby?" Silence. That was the moment he realized this wasn't about pride. It was about protection. Filing the report. The next morning, I filed a police report. Not dramatically. Not publicly. Quietly. With the video, the officer watched all 41 seconds and said, "This is clear." Suddenly, my father-in-law's confidence cracked. He sent messages. "Family shouldn't involve outsiders. We can settle this privately. You're overreacting." But something interesting happens when toxic people realize there are consequences. They panic. The money threat, his biggest mistake. 2 days later, he emailed my husband demanding repayment of the $38,500 gift. He wrote, "If she continues this disrespect, you will return every dollar." In writing. Signed. Dated. That email became leverage he never saw coming. Because financial retaliation after an assault report? That's intimidation. My lawyer responded, professionally, firmly. And for the first time in years, he went silent. The real twist. I expected rage. What I didn't expect was isolation. Family members started distancing themselves from him. Not loudly, but noticeably. Because once one person stands up, others realize they're not crazy. His own sister called me privately and said, "He's done this before. You're just the first one who documented it." That's when I understood something powerful. Abuse survives on silence. Evidence breaks it. My husband's choice. For weeks, my husband struggled. He loved his parents, but he saw the truth now. The conditioning, the control, the guilt. And one evening, he did something that healed something inside me. He sent a message. "Until you take accountability and seek help, we are stepping back. My wife and child come first. No yelling. No threats. Just boundaries." His father replied with one sentence. "You've chosen her over blood." My husband answered, "No, I chose respect." And that was the day we became our own family. Peace feels strange after chaos. The legal process moved slowly, but quietly. No dramatic courtroom scene. Just documented consequences. Mandatory anger management. A formal warning. A permanent record. And distance. Our baby was born into a hospital room filled with calm. No tension. No criticism. No control. Just love. What I learned. If you're listening to this story today, understand this. Financial gifts can be control in disguise. Silence protects abusers. Documentation is power. Boundaries feel cruel to people who benefit from your lack of them. And love without respect is not love. This wasn't revenge. It was protection. I didn't destroy a family. I stopped enabling dysfunction. And sometimes, the strongest revenge isn't loud. It's peaceful distance. That's how I reclaimed my life.